how housing product types may have changed with the combination of growth, maybe COVID, as well as the changing nature of work. I mean, how are you thinking at Lennar? I know that you've got lots of innovative thinkers there. How are you thinking about housing product types? What happens inside the house and outside?
Well, look, there are shifts that have taken place. They were actually activated before the pandemic, but the pandemic has accelerated some of the trends that were already taking place. Flexible office hours is something that had been considered long before the pandemic, certainly has been accelerated by the pandemic. Flexible office hours means more people living at home and working at home and exercising at home. Maybe even schooling at home for their children. And so this means that another bedroom or an office in the home in terms of layout, but also connectivity in the home is critically important. One of our sponsors here is Hotwire. Hotwire is a leader in thinking about how do you get the amount of connectivity you need, but more importantly, the fiber optics in communities to be able to provide the bandwidth that everybody is thirsting for at this point. We need 1 gig in, 1 gig out in order to have proper connectivity in a Zoom call. We've got to have that happening fluidly while the children are watching TV or doing their homework and interacting on the internet. All of these trends are becoming more and more pervasive and important in the development of communities, its connectivity, and the home itself. And these are trends that are accelerating as people and as businesses figure out what's going to be permanent and sticky, and maybe what will revert back to the way it was. And that balance has yet to be struck.
Changing technology. So what are the characteristics you think of leaders in the field in the future? And what characteristics do you look at for when you're putting your top?
Cooler in the morning and hotter in the afternoon, and getting the curation period to be just right. It's all about chemistry. So these are complications that will work themselves out over time. And I think the sky's the limit.
What will be the cost of a 3D house compared to a regular build house? And will this technology reduce the number of jobs?
Okay, first question is cost. And with everything in technology, we always have to remember that a starting point lacks scale. It's a starting point. So the costs today cannot be estimated, because today's cost, when brought to a scaled program of more and more volume, you start to bring costs down, and they come down quickly. And with scale comes innovation. So the expectation is that over time, the cost structure of a 3D printed home should come down and be quite attractive. I can't prove that right now. Nobody can. We'll see. As it relates to labor, one of the big attractions to a 3D printed program is the fact that it does require less labor. And in a labor constrained market as we're in right now, it's getting to a solution of being able to produce at a price, but being able to produce with the available labor supply is a critical focus for the industry right now. And it's one of the attractions of 3D printing.
Here's an interesting question.